Going around the table, do you think it's insecure for a guy to care about a woman's body count?
I don't think it's insecure for them to care. No.
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think them caring comes from insecurity.
No.
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 Absolutely not.
Okay, why do you think it's insecure?
I mean, why would he care when it's not insecurity?
Greater or you want to? Q, you got
For him.
you got this. Go ahead, Q. You got this.
It didn't
Crack the knuckles.
Yeah, it didn't crack. But okay. The number one reason we care is a phenomenon known as paternity uncertainty. I could sleep with every woman at this table, and if I was to do it with multiple men, we wouldn't know who the father of our kids would be. That promotes jealousy, sexual competition, etc. Then we also have to think about what type of mental illnesses or anything, personality disorders, would lead you to even sleep around. And we would want to mitigate that risk, because if you sleep around, then there's a higher likelihood that you could potentially cheat on me. It would be a proxy for your loyalty towards me. It would be a proxy for your fidelity towards me. I don't think that's insecure, because most men don't want to get cheated on. And if it's one thing that we can tell about a woman's past, is how she moves sexually when it comes to other men. So if you move sexually in a way to where you just always sleep around, or you sleep with multiple men at one time, then it's really, really difficult for me to consider you a worthy long-term mate, because I would just be concerned both intrinsically and externally about the fact that you would probably sleep around on me, you would cheat on me, or you would have a baby by somebody else on me. So it's ultimately about reproductive value. I don't want to raise another man's kid. I don't want you sleeping with another man. So if you sleep around, then that indicates that you would probably be more inclined to sleep with a man or cheat on me.
Right. Well, I mean, just to very quickly piggyback off of that, because Q, literally, you're right about everything you just said, but I would just add that paternity testing is a brand new invention. This was not something that men could ever do. And from the evolutionary perspective, if that is the case, why wouldn't men look for women who were devoted only to them to assure the paternity of their child, who they're going to be spending their resources on? Would that be correct in that worldview, Q?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. A man doesn't want to invest resources in a child that's not potentially his. And if he can't guarantee a woman's paternity in some shape, form, or fashion, then he would potentially be raising a child that's not his, which is detrimental to his genetic legacy. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you got me. You're right. I get your point. There are more reasons for that than just insecurity. I still be in this, like, I think one reason for this can be insecurity, but I get your point, and I just say, yes, you're right. There are like more reasons to be to care about the body count. Yeah. Okay.
There's more though, Q, right? There's more.
There is more. There is more.
What are they?
Okay, then you have STIs. You have the risk of STIs. Women contract STIs easier than men. And let's be honest, if you really know that women sleep around, women aren't making every man that they sleep with wrap it up, which means the likelihood of contracting a STI would probably be higher if you sleep with a promiscuous woman. So there's a disgust factor involved, sexual disgust. Men typically aren't as powerful in sexual disgust as women, but there is the probability of contracting a STI.
Now, Q, isn't it also that there's a likelihood that women are less likely to wrap it or have a man wrap it up when they're ovulating?
Absolutely. That is also true. Yep. That is a finding as well. Women tend to, especially if they cheat, they tend to not make the man wrap it up when they're cheating, which goes back to the likelihood of you potentially getting pregnant by another man.
Okay.
What else, Q? What else? You got more.
You talk about I know what you're talking about.
Wait, what?
You talk about the video that I had where I broke down like all the different types
I mean, I know you already got more though.
Well, let me see. Do I have more?
Or greater likelihood for infidelity.
Yes,
right?
the greater likelihood of infidelity.
Pair bonding.
Pair bonding, yes. A lot of people get this as a misconception, but if I'm sure you guys have heard about pair bonding. Have you guys heard about pair bonding?
Can I ask a question to you, Q?
Yeah,
There's also, I think, even a even more rudimentary reason why it shows security rather than insecurity. I don't want to share my shit, right? I don't want to share what's mine. I don't want to give other men things that belong to me because it's mine. Right?
Absolutely.
So I assume when I think of a woman who is very loyal or virtuous, I think a woman who says that she would share I think that would be not virtuous of her. I think that would show insecurity on her part, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that she would only want me to be with her. I would see that as a sign of virtue. Why wouldn't I see that the other way, right? I don't want another man to have my stuff. It's mine, right? That's my stuff. That's mine.
Right.
And I think as rudimentary as that sounds, and as silly as that sounds, doesn't that appeal to you guys in some way? If a man says, I don't want anybody to have you but me, isn't that appealing?
Do you women like that? Women say that?
You're referring to me?
Like just in general, is it for the panel? Like,
I think you should, yeah.
Yeah, if a man says you're mine or he's territorial over you, does
Talking about pair bonding?
do you find that attractive? My girl finds that attractive. Yeah. She actually voices that. She, when I voice my concerns when it comes to her and any potential guys that she talks to, she says, no, I like the fact that you say you don't want another man to have me or you're territorial over me. Yeah, so the pair bonding thing, like I was saying, a lot of people think that women sleeping with a lot of men reduces their ability to pair bond, but actually it's an indicator because women who sleep around actually already are more likely to have an inability to pair bond, which is why they sleep around. Like if you have an avoidant attachment style, you probably already aren't built to maintain a long-term relationship. So as I said, back to it being a good proxy for why we don't want women who are promiscuous, it indicates you just won't stay loyal and you won't stay around.
What's the other one? It's like greater likelihood of reporting relationship dissatisfaction.
Yeah. Greater likelihood of reporting relationship dissatisfaction. If you've slept around, of course, you have more sexual partners to compare your current sexual partner to. And if you've had better dick in the past, then you have a higher likelihood of not being satisfied with the guy that you're currently with, which becomes problematic. If you're sexually insatiable or you're dating a guy who doesn't know your body, then you're more likely to leave him because he can't sexually satisfy you as well.
This shit happens to dudes too. You know what I mean? Like not all pussies created equal,
Yeah, I get this point.
Like most pussy's good pussy. But like there's some pussy that's like Super Saiyan level pussy, you know what I mean? She knows what I'm talking about.
I don't disagree with what you said, but you can also be unsatisfied like with your partner, even if you hadn't like other sexual partners before, just because the sex is like terrible. It can.
Well, I don't understand. What would you have to compare it to?
Sorry?
If a woman had never had a sexual partner but you, what would she be comparing that to?
I mean, it's not the point of comparing, but it's just the point of being not satisfied.
How would she even know she wasn't satisfied if she has nothing to compare it to?
She just know that she's not happy with the sexual life.
Yeah, perhaps, right? But she wouldn't know what she was missing on the other side, right? Because there would be nothing to compare it to.
Absolutely right, Andrew.
But don't we wish, like, for everybody to be sexual?
No, I don't wish that people were fucking prostitutes so that they could experience as much dick as possible to find the right one. No, I don't wish that. I think it's actually rather silly, right? So if I look at the historic standard especially, but even not appealing to history, right? We'll just remove that. I'll just say that was me being fallacious in my own argument by appealing to history. Let's just kind of look at this logically. Why in the world would I want to have a woman who has compared or is going to compare me or Q or anybody else to other men that they've slept with. Why is that a good idea? That seems like a really bad mating strategy, right? Why would I want that?
I would never compare my husband with any guy who has slept in my past or future or I mean, I have
okay. Tell me some more bullshit. I've never made a comparison between these two men.
the fuck
Yeah,
would I do
okay.
that?
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
I believe you.
So you have no ranking of sex when it comes to men? Like you've never, would you tell your husband you're the best I've ever had?
He is.
Well,
He
how
is
that's
1000%.
comparing, isn't it?
No, I just said.
Yeah, that's a comparison
sex
right
with
there.
him, if I had sex
You're
before or
the
not.
best I've ever had. So that means you, as opposed to all these other men, are the very best. So you're making a comparison right there. Q's absolutely right.
That's a comparison.
I mean, I would say the same if I hadn't had sex with someone before. I would say it like you're the
Right.
best.
Well, wait, hang on. So if you had never had sex with another man before,
Yeah.
you'd still say that he was the best, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't understand your argument.
So nothing would change if
Well, then what's the problem here?
I didn't see it. I didn't say it's a problem.
It sounds like there's no problem. It sounds like if you had never had sex with another man except your husband,
Yeah.
you'd be totally satisfied, right?
I would be, and I wouldn't compare him. And
Would your husband be insecure?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And would your husband be insecure if he had had you as a virgin and you had never had another man, and he said that he preferred that? Would that be insecurity?
I mean, you never know. Maybe he would be afraid that I'm like missing something because I didn't have the experience.
Oh yeah, he'd send you out in the cock wilderness so that you could go get some more dick, so that you could get the necessary requisite experience, so he knew that you weren't missing out. Does that even sound rational to you? Go out to the cock forest, receiveth the dicketh, so that we know that you're not missing out on anything. Does that even sound reasonable?
No, you
Cock
asked.
No, of course
if-
not. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous.
Cock forest.
You asked if it's possible.
Is there a
for
cock
him to
tundra,
be-
by the way? Is there like a cock tundra or like a fucking, you know?
Different climates.
Go out to the cock wilderness. You must experience all of the dick so that I know that you're not missing out. Said no man ever in the history of all men who have ever lived.
I'm sure it happened.
Cock swamp, maybe?
Wait, so let me ask the ladies, do any of you believe in the idea that you have to have sex to see what you like? Like you have to experience with multiple women, experiment with multiple men, experiment with multiple men to see what you like. Do any of y'all subscribe to that idea? No?
I don't.
Okay. I just was curious.
No, I just say that if you are not happy, not satisfied, that you like, if you had sex before or not.
Devon Jackson donated $69. If men lose faith in the loyalty of women, they are going to lose the desire to protect and provide for them, which is why soy boys like XQC would send his girl to deal with intruders, the new norm.
Devon Jackson, good to see you in the chat, man. I actually think you should send her, though, to be
Techno
honest.
Trooper donated $69. Ladies, how many past partners would be too many for you to feel comfortable with your boyfriend having?
We'll go around on that really quick. How many past partners would be too many for you to feel comfortable with your boyfriend having? Into the mic.
I've never had that conversation with a partner.
Okay,
It's
would
if
a million be too much?
a million would be too much.
Okay,
I
let's
think.
walk it down then.
Okay.
100,000,
100,000 would be too much.
1,000,
1,000 would be too much.
100.
100 would probably be too much.
Okay, so more than 50.
Probably 50 to 100.
That's okay. So after 50, that's where you get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess.
what about you?
Just know
I wouldn't care. I mean, when I care about one, why shouldn't, like, I don't care about many, so I don't care. There's no,
1,000,
don't care.
a million.
Don't
Fuck the
care.
million women.
Don't care, absolutely don't care.
He's got mega herpes, mega HIV.
We have tests. You can test.
I'm sorry, if you fuck
test.
100, if you fuck a million women, you're getting something. You're getting something.
Then get tested, and if I know about it, then I mean, that would be a problem.
He's
but we don't take
asymptomatic.
about that.
He's asymptomatic, and you get a false negative. Boom. You now have herpes. Congratulations. What
I
about
don't care.
A million?
No,
He
I don't
fucked a
care.
million? Okay,
I
all
don't
right.
care.
Well, for me personally,
What's too much?
Oh, I mean, I would have to understand, or like if they were in a relationship, that's fine. But if it was just like randomless hookups, then that would signify to me that they are not like in a place to be in a relationship that I could consider healthy for myself personally. So it would have to be in the context of maybe under 20, considering I'm 30. I don't know, maybe 10, between 10 and
Okay,
20.
sure.
Yeah.
100.
100?
So I think mine comes to like the discipline answer I said earlier. Like if you have 1,000 women that throw themselves at you and you sleep with all 1,000 of them, I think you're disgusting. But if you like have 100,000 women that threw themselves at you and you slept with 1,000, like you're kind of disciplined. You didn't sleep with all of them, you know? Like ideally though, I wouldn't want somebody to sleep with that many people, but like I think it just depends on how many you were offered and how many you took the time to sleep with.
I actually think that that's a pretty good answer.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
I think from your end that this makes sense. I don't think that women care very much about a man's body count, to be honest. The more that I've discussed this topic with women, and there is some empirical data for this. Of course, not too many people are diving into who cares about what other than kind of polls like from Pew and other places like this. But generally speaking, they don't seem to care very much. Men seem to care far more than women do. In fact, I've heard the opposite from women, that if a man is 30 or 35 and a virgin, they think that there's something wrong with him. They go, what the hell is wrong with you that a woman doesn't desire you at that age? They actually hold it against him. But I've never heard it in the opposite. I've never heard men say that they hold it against a woman for staying chaste or, into her late 20s, 30s. I've never heard that.
And let me just add to your point, Andrew. Actually, experientially, some women will say that they care, but I think they're just trying to be politically correct because of like egalitarian narratives and bullshit like that. But I've never had a woman really ask me my body count, and I've never really had a woman tell me, oh no, like I can't sleep with you because of XYZ. Typically they just tell me like, oh, you're kind of a man whore, or you're kind of a man thought, and then they laugh it off, and then we continue dating and dealing with one another. And that's about the extent of any, criticism that I get from them. Not saying that I'm actually a man whore.
I've always wanted to ask you this because you study this nonstop, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that the penetrative factor is a big reason for this?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's rooted in the penetrative factor because, I mean, when you look at the act of sex, it's like a woman is being sexually dominated by a man. Like the man is going inside of her and he's doing whatever he wants to her. I mean, anytime you sleep with a woman, you're doing whatever you want to her, and she's yours in that moment. She's calling you different things. She's telling you to own it. She's telling you how she wants it. She's telling you all of these things. So the thought that she would even allow a certain amount of men to do that to her would just be off-putting to any man who has a brain that operates as normally as it should be operating. Yeah. It's the penetrative.
I appreciate the answer there, man. I've always been curious, and here's why. Because I don't hear men say this very much. I don't hear them say that they don't want a woman who has former same-sex relationships. They don't seem to care, right? So men go, okay, if you're a lesbian, I don't care. If you've done things with women, I don't care. But women seem to care a great deal if men have had a same-sex relationship at all. And when I ask them, they seem to allude to the penetrative factor. And so I just, I was just curious.
No, you right, and it's funny as hell when you put it like that, because every woman wants to feel like she's with a masculine man. So if a man tells a woman like, yeah, I've been bent over before, or the man been to prison and he got raped in prison, then she's gonna look at him like you're a bitch.
I know a guy that happened to. His name is Wes.
Oh boy.
I knew where he was going.
Anyway.
I knew where he was going. But yeah, it's definitely the penetrative factor. That shit sets a man off. That's the trigger. Yeah.